the calm before the storm. In a quiet town between the hills, there was a man called the Guardian. His name was Aiden, and people knew him for his patience, wisdom, and calmness, not for his strength or fighting ability. For many years, Aiden lived a peaceful life, helping others, teaching the young, and offering advice to anyone who needed it. But his calmness had a cost that had been paid long ago. One day, a group of bandits came to town. They wore masks, and their intentions were clear: they wanted to steal. They demanded gold, food, and animals from the people. While many were scared, Aiden stepped forward and stood in front of the people. The leader of the bandits laughed. "So, the Guardian shows up," he said. "Tell me, Aiden, do you think you can stop us from taking what we want?" Aiden stayed calm and replied, "I don't want to fight, but I won't let you hurt these people. Take what you need and leave." The bandit leader laughed again. "We don't need your permission. This town is ours now." He motioned for his men to move forward. Aiden didn't act in anger. His hands clenched into fists, but he stayed calm. He knew violence wasn't the answer, at least not yet. Days passed, and the bandits grew more daring. They returned to the town several times, each time taking more. Every time, Aiden stood firm, never raising a hand in anger. But his heart grew heavy with frustration as he watched the town fall apart. He knew it was time to act. The bandits, seeing Aiden's reluctance to fight, became even bolder. One night, they set fire to a building where a family with young children lived. That was the last straw. Aiden gathered the town's elders and told them it was time to fight back. "I warned them, and they forced me to act. We won't fight without reason, but now we will stand our ground." With careful planning, Aiden led the people of the town in a counterattack. They didn't have an army or weapons, but they had unity and Aiden. The fight was tough. The bandits had underestimated Aiden, who had been preparing for this moment in his peaceful way. Aiden fought with strength and skill. His calmness turned into a powerful force. Each move, each strike, was calculated, sending a clear message not just to the bandits, but to anyone who would try to harm his people. By morning, the bandits were defeated. Aiden stood tall among the wreckage, breathing heavily. His eyes were calm, but there was a fire in them, a fire that had been lit by the injustice of the situation. Aiden had protected his people. The townspeople, who had once been afraid, now looked up to Aiden with respect. He had shown them the strength that comes from patience and the power that arises when you fight for what is right. As Aiden stood in the quiet aftermath, he quietly said to himself, "Never start a fight, but if they make you, fight with everything you've got." This story shows that sometimes patience is powerful, but when pushed too far, it's important to stand up and fight for what's right. Be